There's a book that was a kid's book that I had for a long time, and I did pass it to someone else. And it was called The 10th Good Thing About Barney, and it was by a writer called Judith Viorst. It was a very, very simple book about a child whose pet, I think a cat, had died. My cats are okay. It's not about my cats. And when they were about to do the funeral, or talking about doing the funeral for the cat, because of course there should always be something for our pets, the dad said, now I want you to think about 10 good things to say about Barney. And it doesn't even matter what the 10 things were. They were just things that you remember. A friend of mine reminded me this morning of a more serious matter. There's a new program that's just come out, and I suspect it's been really, really well done, but I won't be watching it, at least not for the foreseeable future. It's based on the true story of a plane crash that happened in the UK a number of years ago, and fortunately for me, at least, there was no one on the flight that I personally knew, but I do know an awful lot of people who were personally affected by all of the deaths on that flight. And death comes in a funny time, in a funny way for all of us, and so it's, for me, it's not even that it's too fresh, but it's just too to the nerve. And I think it's one of those things that sometimes people forget. Yes, there are so many families involved, and so many families that lose children or whoever, and it's awful. Almost nobody ever thinks about is the teachers of those people. And the teachers, and all teachers, have experienced, I think, death in their communities, whether it be another teacher or a student or a student's family. And I have experienced all of those, starting with the 4 family members, 2 students and parents who died in a fire the very first year that I taught. And I had been my dad was a mortician, so funerals were not something unusual to me. 4 caskets at a funeral was very unusual to me. Students who had illnesses. I remember really well the day I had 30 kindergarten students in my class, and I was handed a note, and I stupidly read it before with the students there. I didn't read it out loud, of course, which announced that an entire family from the school had been killed by a family member, including the pets. Death is not something that just involves the immediate. Death is like a little ripply lake, and it affects so many people in such profound ways. Teachers, it affects in a slightly different way because there is no respite. There is only carrying on. There is only carrying on. And all of the life experiences one has through your job, through your career, through your activities, through your family, all of that shapes you and moves you in a profound way that shapes everything that comes after, everything. I reflect on things shape who I am. but at my core, I am a positive human being, or I try to be a positive human being. And that's why when I work with students of whatever age they are, and trust me, I've worked with below 5 years. I've done mom and baby classes. I've done university classes. I've taught just about every level you can imagine, including working with singers who are of advanced years, of which I'm getting to be one. Ripples, ripples. Reflection. My corner of the universe to yours is not a sad place today. It's a reflective place today. And I'm going to go off and do something I do many evenings, many Friday evenings. I'm going to go see some good friends and enjoy a beverage. Why don't you do the same? Have a good one out there. Stay safe.